right now on 10 News at 11.
California gets ready for phase 2 of the coronavirus recovery. Some San Diegans could be back to work by the end of the week. The city's plan to make sure we restart the economy in the safest way possible. Plus, UCSD Health is going virtual to help patients when they can't see them.
The biggest thing that they are happiest about is someone to listen.
The doctors helping COVID-19 patients make sure they're not alone in their recovery.
Live from the Scripps Studios, this is 10 News.
San Diego's leaders are laying out the guidelines for an economic rebound. Today, the governor said some businesses might be able to reopen their doors before the weekend. Our 10 News reporter Anthony Pura spoke with a business owner hoping that he will get the green light to reopen.
Local leaders say it's up for the state to decide when businesses can reopen, but they have drawn out a plan on how it can happen safely, and they want business owners to be ready. It's been a tough month and a half for Unicorn Jewelry and Watch Boutique in Rancho Bernardo.
We practically closed the door on March 19th.
Owner Fred Nasseri has been waiting on the green light to reopen, and from what he's hearing from state and local leaders, that moment might be around the corner. On Monday, Mayor Kevin Faulconer laid out the guidelines businesses should focus on to reopen. They include employee health, safe worksite entry, workplace distancing, employee training, and enhanced cleaning. Put into action, the guidelines mean businesses will have to take into account things like protective equipment for workers, proper signage and markings, and controlled entrances and exits.
Our showroom is almost 3,000 square feet. So we have room for social distancing.
Nasseri says they have a plan to safely serve their customers, including glass shields over counters and policies to clean merchandise after clients touch and try them on. But at this point, he's only hoping he will get to reopen before the weekend. Local leaders say they're waiting on Sacramento for clarity.
Being in business for 40 years, you are always, I'd rather be over ready than late ready. So we started cleaning up this.
He'd like to get a target date for reopening soon, though, so he can plan accordingly.
It takes time for businesses to get ready, to get their staff ready, to create a schedule.
Anthony Pura, 10 News.
Tomorrow, the county is expected to vote on a safety framework for reopening those businesses. After the meeting, a form will be posted on the county's website that businesses will need to complete and post once the governor allows. And as Governor Gavin Newsom expressed his optimism about businesses beginning to reopen, he said we are at a critical point in this pandemic and warned that some businesses may be forced to close again if we see a spike in COVID-19 cases.
I'm not naive. If conditions radically change, if these public health indicators radically change, we will have to appropriately ratchet up, not just ratchet down, our stay-at-home orders. Let's hope we don't have to do that. And again, based upon incredible work that all of you have done, I don't expect that.
The governor also adds the state is now averaging about 30,000 tests a day, which is key for reopening. He also says that California is launching a virtual academy to train up to 20,000 contact tracers to track the movement of the virus. The governor is also allowing 2 Orange County beaches to reopen. Today, he announced that San Clemente and Laguna Beach can reopen before neighboring towns. The governor closed all of those Orange County beaches after huge crowds covered the beaches during the season's first heat wave. Huntington Beach and Dana Point are now suing the governor over that decision. A judge denied an immediate temporary restraining order to overturn the order. And here are the latest numbers from San Diego County. 93 new cases of COVID-19 were reported today. That brings our total number now to 4,020. The county is also reporting 5 more new deaths. That brings our total to 144. But so far, more than 2,100 people have recovered from this virus here in the county. You can find a breakdown of the local cases by age, gender, and location with the 10 News COVID Tracker. We also have a list of resources, including how you can help those in need of supplies and how to identify these coronavirus symptoms. That's available on 10news.com. At least 38 states have now eased restrictions aimed at containing the spread of the coronavirus, but most still have not met the White House's guidelines for doing so safely. As ABC's Romina Puga shows us, the pressure to lift these restrictions comes as 70,000 Americans have now lost their lives to the virus.
As the country starts to reopen and states track their number of cases,
almost everybody is headed in the right direction. I think most of the numbers are coming down. We're on the right side of it.
At least 38 states are now easing restrictions, And in 17 states, the virus is still surging. Some of those states opening up have not seen the recommended 14-day decline in cases. But as quarantine-weary Americans return to beaches, parks, and restaurants, the challenge now, how to protect the public. The New York Times obtaining a preliminary analysis about what could happen if social distancing rules are relaxed. In a report provided to FEMA, data put together by Johns Hopkins shows the number of Americans dying every day from the coronavirus could nearly double by June 1st, 3,000 a day, and cases could soar from 25,000 to 200,000 a day. The White House saying the government has not yet vetted the research, but the president acknowledged over the weekend the death toll could climb to 100,000.
We're going to lose anywhere from 75, 80 to 100,000 people. That's a horrible thing.
And now the U.S. accusing China of covering up the origin of the outbreak.
It could have been stopped on the spot. They chose not to do it, or something happened. Either there was incompetence or they didn't do it for some reason. And we're going to have to find out what that reason was.
President Trump for days now saying there's evidence that it came from a lab in Wuhan, though the administration has not provided any proof. And in an exclusive interview in National Geographic Monday, Dr. Anthony Fauci saying everything about the stepwise evolution over time strongly indicates that the virus evolved in nature and then jumped species, adding the scientific evidence is very, very strongly leaning toward this could not have been artificially or deliberately manipulated. And this week, some of America's supermarket giants are rationing their meat sales and raising prices. Demand for meat going up an estimated 40%, while production of beef and pork is down at least 25%, with outbreaks sickening thousands of workers at over 100 processing plants.
Kroger's, Costco, and other supermarkets now saying they'll limit fresh meat sales to 2 to 3 packages per household. In Los Angeles, Romina Puga, ABC News.
And we're also getting a closer look at how the coronavirus is impacting our neighbors across the border. Our partners at Televisa report that Baja California is the third state with the most infections in Mexico. Today, it reported nearly 1,800 positive cases and 263 deaths. Within the region, Tijuana has the highest number of cases at 977. That's followed by Mexicali and Tecate. This weekend, a medical unit was set up in Zonky Stadium in Tijuana to help with the overflow of coronavirus patients. Investigators are looking into a house fire that broke out this evening in La Jolla. That fire was first reported at 7:30 in the 9500 block of La Jolla Farms Road. San Diego Fire says that blaze started somewhere in the basement where they believe the construction was happening. It quickly spread to the home's garage before crews arrived. Once on scene, those firefighters were able to knock down the flames and keep them from spreading any further. No one was injured. And now to breaking news out of Coronado. Police are investigating a shooting on Orange Avenue and 10th Street that sent one person to the hospital with unknown injuries. This happened around 9:30 tonight. Our 10 News breaking news tracker was on scene as police surrounded the area. Police say they are looking for 2 suspects. If you have any information, you're asked to call police. And police and lifeguards are giving beachgoers a passing grade on obeying these public health orders. This was the first full weekend that beaches were reopened, and plenty of San Diegans took advantage of it. Lifeguards and police do tell us that overall things went pretty well. San Diego Police even shared a video on Facebook thanking beachgoers for adhering to the social distancing orders and wearing their masks. Others we spoke to, they're a little concerned for the safety of the lifeguards and first responders.
I really think people have a false sense of security, and I guess until it hits your family, or if your mother or father or sister or brother are on the front lines every day, maybe you would think twice.
San Diego Police tell us they issued no citations directly related to mask or use rules. An investigation is underway after photos surfaced of a shopper at the Santee Vons wearing what appeared to be a KKK-style hood. 10 News is not showing the images that were taken by other shoppers and posted to social media, but a sheriff's detective said that the man has not been identified as of yet, but deputies are reviewing surveillance video. In the meantime, many local leaders and organizations are expressing outrage over the incident.
The message that was sent was an ugly one, and that means we must respond, but let's put this behind us too. Let's overwhelm this one ugly incident with love and compassion.
Vons released a statement Sunday night saying that they are also reviewing this situation. A man accused of gunning down his ex-girlfriend's twin teenage daughters in Lemon Grove pleaded not guilty today to double murder. Deputies say that Dwayne Edward Groves Jr. shot and killed 15-year-olds Kyra and Leah Christopher last month in their home. He was later found hiding in the backyard of a home a few yards away after that shooting scene. Prosecutors have not yet decided if they will seek the death penalty in this case. Groves remains in custody without bail and is due back in court in August. A party at a penthouse caused quite a bit of confusion in the East Village. Police say that they received several phone calls from residents reporting what sounded like gunfire coming from the Pinnacle on the Park skyrise.
You hear 5 gunshots, and then I told all my friends inside, and we're like, we just heard gunshots, and then after that, everybody looks out, and then first you see like 3 cops come in, and then you see 6 cops come in, and then you see 10 cops come in, and then you see like 20 cops come.
And when they arrived, they found several adults throwing a party inside one of those rooms. Officers say that those people would not cooperate. They ended up detaining about 10 people. They also discovered 2 people with head injuries, but no gun. Police are still looking for a car that was seen leaving the area.